What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking down the GT Legendary Goku event with a joined forces team here. I am going into this with a pretty interesting build. So I think that I'm probably going to have like the most different team on all of the YouTube sphere. I think. So I've got this cheeky little rotation idea that I'm excited to show you guys. Now, obviously, we're using the new Android 17 leader here. I did, any opportunity to get these guys in a long form event, I will definitely take, because that is where they shine. So we've got most of these units on the 200% leader skill here, and then the final two, between the Trunks and Giru, and then the BROLY, CHEELAI, and LEMO, I am going to make a rotation out of those two. So I've got a fun little idea that I think is going to help us win. So let's see how our rotations got set up here to begin with. Okay, decent. Pretty good so far. Pretty good. So we do have the BROLY, CHEELAI, and LEMO and the Trunks and Giru on rotation together already. So that is perfect. And then we just need to get the tech androids rotated around because I want them to sit next to the SCR Dokkan Fest 17. Okay, so as you can see here, Trunks and Giru are actually a double orb changer. They're going to be changing what is it? I believe AGL and Tech key spheres into Int. So that is huge because we're going to be basically seeing boards that look like this every single turn. Now, BROLY, CHEELAI, and LEMO need to collect a total of 7 key spheres in order to get guaranteed dodge. They are also providing, I will show here, with 2 or more Tech or Int key spheres obtained, all allies get 39% defense. So because they're going to be selecting a bunch of Int key spheres every single turn, they're going to be giving the entire rotation 39% defense and giving themselves guaranteed dodge. So I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty solid rotation, especially considering the 2 of them share 4 links, which is pretty good, especially Cold Judgment, which is a 20% defense link, right? And then Trunks and Giru are also a support for multiple categories, including the Bond of Friendship category, which BROLY, CHEELAI, and LEMO are on. So they are actually a pretty strong duo. So I am curious to see how they're going to perform here. The main question I have about their ability... Oh, this is perfect. They're already dodging a super attack turn 1 out the gates. Let's go. Type disadvantage super attack at that. Yeah, so the question is really going to be, like, on that very final phase of the fight where dodge is canceled, and BROLY, CHEELAI, LEMO are going to get hit. We're going to have to see, what they're looking like on a turn like that. So that could potentially be a problem that we run into later down the road, but obviously that we won't find that out until the very end of the event. So hopefully the rest of our units are able to build up by then, and we'll just get through it regardless, right? Okay, so this is a pretty wanked turn for Dokkan Fest 17. I brought multiple of these Android units that just have support passives and were decent link partners for the Android 17s, and I plan to just have them off rotation, and then they can just buff the Androids, rotation when they come around onto it. So yeah, I think I'm actually going to do it this way, just because of the type disadvantage scares me a little bit there. I don't want to take any unnecessary damage that we don't have to. Since there's no attacks at the end, we might as well rotate off the 19 and 20. Man, saying all the character names on a joined forces team is such a mouthful. I feel like talking about these units is just taking so much extra effort because there's multiple names on every card. This is actually the first time I'm ever recording a video where I'm using a joined forces team, so I'd have to sit here and like verbally talk about all of the units on the team and stuff, but I am realizing how much of a mouthful it is to be using a joined forces team. It's kind of funny. Maybe at some point I'll make a meme video and try and do a joined forces team where it's all units that have three or more units on their card, so that I have to say like so many different names, right? Like BROLY, CHEELAI, and LEMO, or Goku, Trunks, and Pan, or Goten, Gohan, and Trunks, or what is it? Goten, Trunks, and Marin, or there's so many different ones, right? Okay, so shoot. Okay, we ran into the problem already where we didn't end up getting the 7 orbs available for BROLY. So let's do this instead. Let's go ahead and select these orbs with Trunks and Giru. Since their defense is like way higher, yeah, I feel comfortable with that. Wow, wait, are they stacking or something? Why is their defense so high? Hold on. Wow. Okay, so they're just good, is what it is. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we do want to try and get 7 key spheres with Trunks and Giru at the same time as well, because that gives them their full passive buff as well. Oh, they just got 39% more defense, in fact. 280. Wow, yeah, they look really good. Look at that. Nice. Very good stuff. Okay, I think I'm pretty confident in this team. It seems like on rotations where we're unable to have BROLY, CHEELAI, LEMO in the first slot there because of what just happened and we weren't able to select the 7 key spheres out the gate. I think on those rare turns, we are going to be able to depend on Trunks and Giru in the first slot. I think so. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, perfect. And we're dodging yet another super attack. Wow. This strategy is actually working out pretty well so far. Now, I did want to pause and say one giant disclaimer, which we will go over this. At the end of the video, we will dive into the wiki and take a look at the Join Forces category. Just so that I can, you know, kind of review through it and see how good or bad it is and maybe talk about a few other ideas for team builds that you could use here. But I would say it's worth noting that this is not the best team build that you could make for this team. This is absolutely not the best that this team can do. I think going with a Goku and Vegeta setup and using, you know, a full superclass lineup of Join Forces units is a much stronger strategy than depending on the new Dokkan Fest 17. His team that he can build out of Join Forces characters is not nearly as good, right? So you would want to use like the Worldwide Download Celebration, Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta LR that leads Join Forces, right? Because they're giving the extra 30% to pure Saiyans, and you can build a full 200% team out of that has a bunch of the best units in the game. That's probably the way to go. But I opted not to do that because I assumed that plenty of other people may have done that for a video. And yeah, I wanted to be original. I also had this fun idea of using the BROLY, CHEELAI, LEMO, which looks like it's going to work out pretty well here. So this is another cool thing that can happen. If we do end up with the yellow orbs, we're probably just going to opt to select these because it's not going to give the support rotation, but it does give a giant buff to BROLY, CHEELAI, and LEMO themselves. So they are going to hit very, very hard on this rotation. And then here we're able to get the full passive buff for Trunks and Giru as well, which is just going to buff everybody else even more. And there we go. So we should be sitting pretty here. Yeah, 5 million damage. Nice. Very good, very good. Okay, and we get the critical hit too. I will definitely take that. So we are subject to take a little bit of damage here at the end. It's a good thing, though, that we are going to be post-super for all the attacks that we suffer right now, right? But yeah, I am a little bit worried about 19 and 20 at the end. They might take a little bit of damage. I know they do definitely tank post-super a little bit better. Oh, nice, and we even get a dodge there. But just the type disadvantage is worrying me just a bit. Nice, and another critical hit. Wow. We did a lot more damage on this rotation than I was originally expecting. Oh, this is beautiful, because the super attack was there. They absorbed Ki Blast supers, so never mind. I guess we're just not taking any damage. Man, that is insane that we've done this. What, 3 times already? We have already nullified 3 super attacks. That's kind of nuts. Kind of nuts. Alright, just trying to grab all these same type orbs so we can get a Dokkan attack off as quickly as possible there. Just in the off chance that we get hit with a giant super attack. You know, with these modern 200% leader skills, our HP pools are big enough that usually we don't die in one super. But if we are going to get hit with a super attack, then obviously our HP would be critically low at that point. So I want to try and get this Dokkan attack ready to go as quick as possible, because now is the point in the fight where we can potentially suffer from, you know, getting hit by a super, right? Okay, so here again, we're going to be able to get the 7 yellow orbs. Perfect. So we can dodge those first 2 slots. And then we'll get the 7 orbs for Trunks and Gyro. And we do have a potential chance to guard here at the end, which is good. Might be something that we hope to depend on. If there's going to be a super attack in that last slot, that is. I'm honestly hoping that the super comes out early and we could just see it right now and dodge it. That would be the best possible thing. Yes! Yes! So that's 4 now. 4 super attacks dodged. 3 by the guaranteed means... Well, no, because the other one was a guaranteed nullification too, right? With Android 19 and 20. So it counts. It's 4 guaranteed dodges that we've had in this fight so far. Do we want to nullify this turn? Probably not, right? I'm thinking it's going to be wiser to use this on one of the very last phases. I'm thinking we'll be fine here. Yeah. We are going to have to take a little bit of damage at some point if we want Android 17 to be able to transform. We are post turn 5, so we're good there. Now we just have to get below 70% HP, and we'll be good to go. So it's probably going to take, like, Trunks and Gyro getting tagged on a turn where they weren't, you know, fit to tank or anything. Basically, we're going to have to get hit by a super attack. That's pretty much what's going to need to happen. We're going to need to stop playing around and dodging all of them. But yeah, if at some point we get hit by a super attack, then we're going to clap back with the transformation, for sure. Now, keep in mind that any turn past turn 5 that we don't transform with the Super 17 just hurts him, because that Super 17 does need to get a lot of buildup in order to perform well, right? He has to perform quite a few supers, and more importantly, he has to tank supers. Or not supers, but attacks. He has to get hit with attacks a bunch in order to raise up all his stats in his passive. So, yeah, so the fact that we've gotten this far in the fight and he hasn't even transformed yet or started getting any of the hits that he needs means he's probably not going to be performing that well through the end of the fight for us, unfortunately. Okay, we'll do this. Oh, man. I want to make sure that we can try and get the 7 orbs for Trunks and Gyro as well here, if possible. It doesn't look like it's quite going to be possible. We get 5, which is okay. That gives us all but one of his buffs. He's just not giving the 10% attack and defense and crit chance, which is kind of important, the crit chance, to the whole rotation. Especially with this Dokkan attack here. Which we didn't really end up needing, right? Our HP was pretty full here. We have been getting pretty lucky with all those super attack dodging and stuff. Which, again, we're back on one of those turns where that could be possible. You know, after our super attack, we definitely could see Super Saiyan 4 Goku super attack us here. Very, very possible for that to happen. Let's see. Ah, okay. Not quite. Well, then the question remains, will this be the turn that we finally go below 70% HP? We will find out in the next 30 seconds or so. Okay, still tanking normal is fine, which is perfect. That is awesome, because that means Trunks and Gyro are definitely going to be tanking normals through the end of the fight, because the next phase does get a little bit more difficult and hit a little bit harder, but it's also a tech phase, and the int units are going to have type advantage, so I'm not worried about them. Because the 2 weakest units on the team are int type, that does serve us well, being that they'll have type advantage in that final phase, right? Okay, here's the super attack coming in. We'll probably tank this, right? Oh, we just... What? There's no way we just dodged that. Hold on. I need to show this. Oh, this is the guest one. It was mine. This was my Super 17 that dodged that. 3. Level 3 dodge. Oh, no. I'm sorry. He gets 17% chance to dodge per attack he does in the turn. That's why. Okay, never mind. So he probably, I think he did 2 supers there, so he had like 34% chance, plus the additional 3% from his passive, or from the hidden potential. Okay, so yeah, I think again we're gonna rotate them off. They're actually guaranteed to have their guard up because they have type advantage, right? So we know they're gonna guard this turn, which is cool. I think selecting these orbs will allow me to get all those green ones. Perfect. There we go. Now we can get all these physical orbs. Not that it's going to make a difference, because we're definitely not going to get another Dokkan attack before the event is over. And we're already at full HP, but it's fine. We do it for compliance. It's honestly not looking like we're going to get the Super 17 transformation, but it's just because we keep dodging everything. Like, this is insane. I did not expect this team to be so, you know, intense around all the dodging, but that is actually going to be kind of funny, considering the very last phase of this fight, right? We've been getting so many critical hits, too, I feel like. We're just kind of blazing through this. Man, I you know, feel sad for anybody that's struggling to beat this right now with the Join Forces team and is just rolling their eyes at my run because I'm getting lucky at every corner. Basically, in every single way that I can be getting lucky, I am. Okay, so here, again, we're gonna get the 7 orbs. Okay, get some more same type key spheres there. Perfect. Okay, so now we're not going to be able to dodge. Oh, and here we go. So this is what, number 5? Or was that 6? Because I think number 5 was the one that the STR-17 dodged. So yeah, that was super attack number 6 that we have dodged, and we have still not been hit by a single one yet. In the entirety of this fight. Ridiculous. So yeah, keep in mind now that no units can dodge, right? Dodging is out the window. So we're definitely going to get hit if a super attack comes, but we can still nullify. So if 19 and 20 want to nullify a Ki Blast Super for us, they can. And I believe it is still a Ki Blast Super here. That being said, because we're on the first turn of no dodges, we may as well proc this active skill. It's going to be the last time, too.
I think it's time to put him out of his misery, 17.
Why are you in such a rush? Let's just try to enjoy ourselves. If we wipe out all of humanity now, then the fun ends and we've got nothing left to do, right?
All right, awesome. Free Ghost Usher, so we definitely won't be taking a super attack this turn, right? We'll keep the main friend unit on rotation. He's looking a lot better than mine. Yeah, grab all these orbs. Okay, perfect. These blue ones fell nicely. Oh, actually, I'm going to do that. Just for the orb changing that we do on the next rotation, because we do change the blue orbs. Which actually, because we're dealing with that double orb changer with the Trunks and Giru, I haven't even really been paying attention to that. I feel like oftentimes when you have units that, you know, change a type of key spheres, unless they're like rainbow orb changers, it's a little bit different. But if they're like a type key sphere changer, I feel like a lot of the times in order for them to be effective in battle, you really have to plan ahead and pay attention to which orbs you're selecting on the previous turn so that you can like stack up the most amount of orbs they're going to be able to change and stuff. But with double orb changers, it's just not that way at all, right? We definitely don't have to worry about those things. Okay, so this is going to be a really interesting turn. Starting here, we're going to be in a very interesting spot because... Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is put Trunks and Giru up front. We're going to give them... let's do this. Yeah, I like this. Okay, we're going to give them all these orbs, so we'll get their full passive active. They're up to 350k defense. Why was that so high? Are they actually a nuker too? Did I miss that part of their kit here? Yeah, no, they're not. They're not. Okay, okay. Oh, part of it is because we have the passive of them helping them out a little bit. They do give a bit of defense to the rotation, so that's probably why that number looks higher than I'm used to seeing it. Shoot. We actually get screwed a little bit here. We're not able to get the full 7 orbs. But he cancels dodge anyway, right? So we know we weren't going to dodge, but we still get the defensive buff from grabbing the int orbs. So yeah, now we're up to 370 with them. Very good. 200k here, which will get better after they super, I believe, because they are getting the great defense raises on super. Okay, and we'll finish off the turn with this. Remember, they do have a medium chance to guard, so we could potentially see them tank well at the end. All right, so the very first super attack that we finally have to take is on the very, very last turn. Now, remember, because it was in the first slot, if this didn't cancel dodge, we still would have been able to dodge that because we would have had BROLY CHEELAI LEMO there. So that's actually insane. And also think about the fact that we would have gotten hit with that last rotation if we didn't use the Ghost Usher active skill. So we technically delayed that one. So we dodged 6 and delayed a 7th. So that we could have a unit on rotation that would tank it very well, right? Because as you can see, it didn't even end up doing 100k to us. So very, very good stuff. Oh, actually, and because the super attack was launched in that first slot, which was kind of perfect, now we know we're not going to take damage for the rest of the rotation, because just getting hit with normals, definitely these guys are going to be fine here. Okay, well, we're almost home clear. Because it's probably not going to make a difference, let's go ahead and select all of these tech key spheres. That is going to be a massive attack right here. I imagine we're probably going to finish the enemy off here. We've got a 40% android support up, and our 2 strongest androids linked up together, fully built up. Oh my goodness, a 10 million attack stat. Please don't dodge this. Yes, very nice, very nice. It connected. Can we get the critical hit too? If we get the crit, this is going to be nuts. Oh, yes. Lovely, lovely. 5 million damage. Oh no, and we're getting hit with another super. It's a good thing we selected all the key spheres in the universe. This is going to do nothing. Yeah. Great. Wow, so I may have to eat those words that I was spitting a little bit earlier about how this team is definitely not the strongest joined forces team. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. This looks pretty good, right? Like, the most amount of HP we were ever down from full was 78k. That's the lowest we got. Now, granted, we did get a little bit lucky here and there with some of the you know, super attack orientation and stuff. But I think even if we had gotten hit by a few of those, especially some of those earlier on ones, they, 1, wouldn't have done that much damage to begin with, or 2, we would have, with some of the high defense that we had on these teams, and remember all the orb changing, allowing us to select same type key spheres, being very, very helpful. Having the Trunks and Giru giving us the extra int orbs, and then the 17 and 18 giving us the tech orbs. We would have gotten a lot of same type orb healing that would have allowed us to just heal the HP bar back anyway. So I think even if we had gotten hit with a lot more of those super attacks, we still would be fine. And would have cleared this with very, very little issue. So there we go. That is the Joined Forces mission cleared. So really quick before we finish up here, we will go ahead and switch to the wiki. I want to show you guys. So this is the Joined Forces team. Now, this is the other leader that I was talking about potentially being a good option because obviously he is a 170% Joined Forces leader, the same way as the Super 17, but then you're able to do a 200% team with pure Saiyans, which can be very, very good, because if you go ahead and look through here, there are a ton of different pure Saiyans. Oh, first, keep in mind that these other 2 leaders it's saying are leaders are only 150% leads. These are the only options for 200% leads that you'd have, and then obviously all of these ones, sub-leads, are 130% and below. But yeah, there are a lot of good Pure Saiyan cards that you could bring, you know, Kale and Caulifla being a stacking unit, infinite raising their defense is really good for a long form event like that, right? You've got the LR Gods and the LR Super Saiyan 4s in here. You've got the 4th anniversary LRs, the 8th anniversary LRs, which again is only relevant for JP, but still worth noting. So yeah, there are a lot of good Pure Saiyan units that you can throw on Joined Forces. And I wonder if there's anything on movie heroes that is not on... Oh, well, I guess it wouldn't matter, because everything has to be on Joined Forces anyway, right? For it to count for the mission. So yeah, there you go. And actually, something I just thought about is that these missions don't actually include friend units. They don't include your friend units. As long as all 6 of your units on the team are on the you know, the category for the mission, then it'll work. You can clear it that way. So this is actually something you could do. You could use the you know, you could do a team like this. Let's throw it together real quick. So you could use a team like the AGL, Goku and Vegeta, right? So let's go ahead and do this. We'll go Pure Saiyans and join forces. Okay, so you could throw them on the team, and then I'm just going to put a bunch of units there. Okay, this is a pretty solid team right here, right? So now, if you wanted, you could just run a Pure Saiyan lead as your friend leader. Any Pure Saiyan lead would do, right? They wouldn't necessarily have to be a join forces leader. For example, you could use this guy, and this would actually count for the mission. He's still going to be giving a leader skill to every single character on the team, and you're still running a full join forces team, so you're going to get the mission done, but your friend unit actually isn't join forces and still gets to take advantage of that. So, yeah, you could do some cheeky stuff like this. I don't think you'll be able to do this with the Inhuman Deeds mission as easily, just because you don't have as much freedom with your team building on that team. But yeah, this is definitely a viable strategy that you could run right here, and I'm sure that this would work just as well. You probably, if you were going for a quicker clear time, would want to do something like this versus the strategy that I did, but I think defensively my team still was keeping up for sure. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on the video. That is going to do it for this one, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace!